Hey, what's up, guys? This is RJ Game News USA here. Back today with another video. I easily could have made this 4 videos, but no, you guys are not getting just 1 news story, 2 news stories, 3 news stories. You all are getting 4 news stories in this video today. We're going to read each article, then discuss. And so let's jump right into it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We upload daily here. I live stream nearly daily, so there's lots of content to go around. And don't forget to hit that like button. Let's jump right into it. Our first news story will be about the PS5 hack. Our second news story will be about the Ubisoft hack. Our third news story will be about Microsoft layoffs. And our fourth news story will be about limited run games. So, now that you're ready, let's read the first article about the PS5 hack. All these articles are from Google AI mode, so it's just an amalgamation of news articles that have already been there in a quick, easy way for me to just run through these. So, as of January 2026, the PlayStation 5 hacking scene has reached its most significant breakthrough to date with the leaking of the console's boot ROM keys. The development effectively bypasses Sony's chain of trust at the hardware level, making it a critical and potentially unpatchable vulnerability for existing hardware. The cryptographic key burns directly into the console's APU have been leaked online. Because there are immutable hardware level keys, Sony cannot patch them with software updates. This allows for deeper system analysis and could lead to custom firmware and advanced emulation. A new jailbreak path has been confirmed for firmware versions as high as 12.0. This method uses PS4 physical disc version of the PS2 classic game Star Wars Racer Revenge to trigger a memory overflow exploit, which can then be chained with kernel flaws for system access. Due to this discovery, physical copies of Star Wars Racer Revenge have skyrocketed in price, with some listings on eBay reaching upwards of $500. Holy shit. So this is like horrible news for PlayStation and Sony. This might make them make the PS6 sooner. Legitimately, if people find a way to jailbreak and hack the PS5, that being your current gen console, that is a freaking disaster. Now look, I don't think Sony should overreact here. I think a very small group of people are going to figure out how to jailbreak this thing. And I think jailbreaking stuff is actually pretty difficult for the average person to do. At least in my opinion it is. And so I think for the most part, Sony should still retain 99.9% of paying customers. However, this is something you don't want to see if you are Sony at all. Speaking of hacks, let's move on to our second news story. The Ubisoft hack. In early 2026, Ubisoft is managing the fallout from a series of significant security breaches that target its infrastructure and flagship titles, most notably Rainbow Six Siege. The most recent and disruptive incident began around December 27th, 2025, when a multi-group hacking campaign severely compromised Rainbow Six Siege. Attackers gained administrative-level access, allowing them to ban and unban thousands of accounts, reinstate ban feeds with custom messages, and gift players astronomical amounts of in-game currency, up to 2 billion credits per player. Oh. Hackers have unlocked all available premium and developer-only skins for many users. Ubisoft was forced to intentionally shut down the game and its online store to investigate and mitigate the damage. As of early January 2026, the game has undergone undergone a soft relaunch. Ubisoft has installed a massive rollback of all transactions and currency allocations that occurred during the breach. Okay, I got lots of thoughts on this. This is a fucking disaster. First of all, I'm surprised you don't see this more often. Games that utilize like in-game currency to buy skins and whatnot, tied to real world money. The idea of you could, break the game and hack every skin and get into developer skins is crazy, and it really sucks for Ubisoft. But what's even crazier to me, what sucks even worse, is the idea that if you were playing Rainbow Six Siege, it was shut down for you. Or what if you legitimately were buying things and maybe you had something stripped away? Like, this just seems like an overall total disaster. If I can't boot up a game because of this stupid hack, I'm not really going to even blame the hackers. I'm going to blame Ubisoft. Get your shit together. Why is it we hear about PS5 hacks and Ubisoft hacks all the time? It just so happens these two were pretty freaking major. And that leads me to my third news story, which actually makes me the most mad of all the news stories. And this is not completely confirmed, but it is heavily rumored. As of January 2026, Microsoft is reportedly planning a major new round of job cuts. This follows a year of extreme downsizing in 2025. Recent reports and employee discussions on platforms like Blind suggest a massive round of layoffs is imminent for the third week of January 2026. The estimates is ranging from 11,000 to 22,000 job cuts, which would represent 5 to 10% of Microsoft's global workforce. Impacted areas would include Azure Cloud Gaming, Xbox, Activision, Blizzard, Bethesda, and global sales are cited as primary targets. While Microsoft has not officially confirmed these figures, internal communications leads have reportedly denied some of the rumors circulating on social media. Microsoft eliminated approximately 15,000 positions across multiple waves of layoffs in 2025. In July of 2025, 9,000 employees were cut, focusing heavily on the gaming division and middle management. In May of 2025, roughly 6,000 roles were cut globally, including nearly 2,000 at Redmond headquarters. In January 2025, a smaller round of performance-based cuts impacted less than 1% of staff. And we do have primary reasons for these job cuts. There's an AI investment pivot for Microsoft. They're aggressively reallocating capital to fund its $80 billion AI infrastructure goal for 2026. Leadership has indicated a shift from operational expenditures, salaries, to capital expenditures for data centers and AI chips. The company is actively flattening its organizational structure by removing layers of middle management to increase the span of control for remaining managers. Approximately 30 to 40% of coding is now reported to be assisted or performed by AI, reducing the need for routine coders. In early 2025, Microsoft introduced more stringent policies, including a 2-year rehire ban for those exited due to low performance and a 5-day window for employees to choose between performance improvement plan or voluntary separation agreement. Man, that company's an asshole. Oh, man. So, we got to talk about this. Guys, it's pretty clear. Microsoft is one of the leading companies that are just throwing people out the fucking door for AI. AI's already caused enough problems for gaming, especially like getting the chips and the components and it causing graphics cards to go up in price. It's already ruined gaming on that end of the spectrum, and now it's threatening gaming on the other end of the spectrum, the development, having studios cut. The fact that Bethesda and Activision Blizzard specifically are in here has possible cuts again just goes to show you that retroactively, I wish I was against them acquiring Activision, Bethesda, or Blizzard to begin with. All they've ever done with them is cut their fucking jobs. And honestly, it's really pathetic, and I'm really not happy with Xbox at all right now. So, goodbye. I had an Xbox hat on. I said, fuck that. I don't want to wear that company's hat right now. I'm really pissed at that company. Like, not pissed off to do an angry rant video. I've done so many of them about Xbox. I'm to the point with Xbox where I'm just the battered housewife going, can you just please stop? Can you please stop firing people? I'm getting numb to these stories, honestly. I'm getting numb to the tragedy of these stories. And that's sad for sure. But I got one more news story. Well, if I can get it to... Well, I guess I can't. Okay. So, Limited Run Games has been having issues lately. And we're going to read the article, then discuss. It says, Limited Run Games has faced significant criticism from the gaming community, particularly intensifying through 2025 and early 2026. Major issues range from production delays and quality control failures to legal and leadership controversies. Damn. In 2025, Limited Run Games was accused of selling NES cartridges, specifically Rugrats Adventure in Gameland and P-PAL, with incorrect voltage boards. These ticking time bombs can potentially damage original NES hardware due to a mismatch between 3.3V carts and 5V systems. The company faced backlash for selling the 3DO version of D on CDR disc burn rather than professionally pressed discs. The CDRs have lower compatibility and constrain the lasers of aging 3DO consoles. Recent releases like Yakuza 0 for PS4 Xbox reportedly contain the initial 1.00 build rather than the most updated version, contradicting the company's forever physical presentation mission. Customers frequently report items arriving damaged due to poor packaging, such as using bubble mailers for limited editions instead of boxes unless an extra fee is paid. So, what else here? The open pre-order model often leads to wait times exceeding 1 year for standard games and even longer for collector's editions. Critics argue the company's exploits fear of missing out to drive sales, while some reports claim they have secretly reprinted limited titles like Night Trap without disclosure to maintain the illusion of scarcity. Customers report unresponsive support and inaccurate shipping estimates, with some waiting over a month for in-hand items to ship. Limited Run Games removed PayPal as a payment option, which frustrated users who prefer third-party security for their card information. In early 2026, Limited Run Games faced a class action lawsuit for allegedly sharing customer data with the Meta via tracking tools without consent. A proposed $2.72 million settlement was reached, with claims due by January 20th, 2026. Co-founder John Fairhurst announced in January 2026 that he is stepping away from the company following intense criticism over quality control, management style, and a cut corners culture. God damn! This is like scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal. Holy shit. So first of all, I mean, the products aren't working right. The products are being late to ship. People are getting ripped off. People are having their data taken and stolen and used. And what's even worst of all, what really fucking set me off on this one is people's actual old hardware they're using to play these games are getting damaged from these discs. Like, that's bare minimum number one. It's one thing to be sending out shit that doesn't work or it sucks or whatever, right? It's a whole nother thing to have your own literal hardware be damaged from the shit they send out. This is a fucking disaster. They may need to consider shutting down, which would be a huge blow to the retro gaming collecting community. You know, we've always seen problems in the past when it comes to places like DK Oldies. This is like DK Oldies on steroids. Man, oh man, I hate to keep being the bearer of bad news. There's so much freaking bad news in gaming just to kick off 2026. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below. What has you down? Is it PlayStation being hacked? Is it Sony being hacked? Is it the Microsoft layoffs? Is it limited run games? What's got you pissed off just to start off this year of 2026? Because I'll tell you what, I'm furious. I'm tired of this shit. We need companies to do better by us. And with that being said, this is RJ signing out. Have a good one.